Let's look at two reasons today why Ahithophel demonstrates these attitudes and actions. Number one is selfish motive. So in 2 Samuel chapter 17 verse 1, this is the attitude, the reason, first reason why Ahithophel demonstrates bad attitudes and actions because of his selfish motive, right? So Ahithophel joined in the conspiracy against King David because he had a personal vindictive motive. And he wanted to get even with David. And he wanted to make revenge. This is how Ahithophel feel about King David. He wants to make revenge. He wanted to get even with David. This is how angry Ahithophel against King David. And he wanted David to be forever removed from kingship. And he wanted him to be killed. Do you remember the second advice of Ahithophel to Absalom? His second advice is he wanted to personally pursue him and kill him. Right? So that is what we call selfish motive. So when selfish motive captures the heart of a person, it would destroy God's wisdom in him. In 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1, Ahithophel said to Absalom, I would choose 12,000 men and set out tonight in pursuit of David. I would attack him while he is weary and weak. I would strike him with terror, and then all the people with him will flee. And if you notice, he said, I would strike down only the king. Only the king. This is how angry Ahithophel is to David. And that's number one. That's the number one reason why a man of wisdom like Ahithophel demonstrate bad attitudes and actions. So same also with us. So if selfish motive captures our heart, it would destroy God's wisdom in us. The second reason why Ahithophel demonstrate bad attitudes and actions is because of pride. Because of pride. Right? So one of the reasons why Ahithophel hung himself was she cannot accept the fact that his advice was rejected. Absalom favored Hushai's advice than Ahithophel. So if you look at 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 5 to 10, it says, But Absalom said, Summon also Hushai. And in verse 14, he said, The advice of Hushai is better than that of Ahithophel. Then Absalom's favored Hushai's advice. Well, you are highly regarded as a person during the time. You are considered as the Urim and Thummim worn by the high priest. You are a man of wisdom. You are a man of revelation. Your words are oracles of God, and yet your advice is rejected. How do you feel? That way, my brothers and sisters, of course, you feel humiliated. That's why he hung himself. So Ahithophel might felt embarrassed because he was highly regarded and his words were taken as God's words, or what we call oracle of God. That is the second reason why a man of wisdom demonstrate bad attitudes and actions. Do you know Lucifer? Well, who is Lucifer? The same reason as Ahithopel. Kung nag-suicide sana si Lucifer, di wala na tayong problema ngayon, mga kapatid. Pero si Lucifer, he rebelled also to his creator. So Lucifer, why did he rebel? What was his sin? Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 17, your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. So this is Lucifer's sin, right? Lucifer's pride. So Lucifer apparently became so impressed with his own beauty, with his own intelligence, with his own power and position, that he began to deceive his creator and desire for himself the honor and glory that belong to God alone. So the sin that corrupted Lucifer was self-generated pride, same as Ahithophel. This is the wisdom of the devil. He chose to rebel against his creator. And this is the sin of Lucifer, brothers and sisters. If you watch Netflix, there is this TV series called Lucifer, right? So Lucifer, morning star, he took on vacation and he chose to go to LA in California to have his vacation there, according to that TV series. And so Lucifer, morning star, was rightfully judged by God. In Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 18, it says, I threw you to the earth, and he became Satan. And Satan's power and positions are indicated when Satan, or when Lucifer is called. This is now the title of Lucifer. When God judged him and threw him to the planet Earth. So Satan now, in John chapter 12 verse 31, was the ruler of this world. And in Matthew chapter 9:34, the ruler of the demons. And Satan is the God of this world. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 4. Well, if you look at the world today, it's not getting better and better, but it's becoming worse and worse, because the God of this world, the ruler of this world, is ruled by Lucifer or Satan. And in Ephesians chapter 2 verse 2, it says, he is the prince of the power of the air. So, what is pride? How can one know whether he has a proud heart? This deadly sin, my brothers and sisters, is very dangerous, because the one who is guilty of it may not realize that he is proud. See? So this sin is very deceitful, very deceiving. Yes, because this is the sin of Satan. This sin is very dangerous because the one who is guilty of pride doesn't realize that he is proud, that he has a proud heart.